Hey people, it's Yo Gamer here with an episode called The Streaming Community is Just Stupid. So, in case you're wondering what that actually means, I'm going to break down a few things and really get into the streaming community being this fucking stupid. Now, how this video came about is I was, watching a couple other videos and I keep seeing this fucking stupid bitch's name. Alinity. I don't know who the fuck this is, and I don't care. All I know is that anything related to Twitch, I fucking cannot stand. I can't stand Twitch in itself. I haven't used it in fucking I don't even know how long, and the reason I haven't used it is because even before people were bitching about these rules changes, it's been corrupt. I made videos on this years ago on how fucking bad that Twitch can't follow its own terms of service. YouTube is the fucking same way. So anyway, the point here is I'm not going to rehash this shit. If you want to know what the hell's going on, go look it up. I'm not going to bring attention to these pricks. What I am going to do is talk about the stupidity level, the ultra stupidity level of the gaming community. The gaming community at this point, because of what the hell is going on, even if it's a small handful of people, that's not the fucking point. The point here is that they're doing it. And the ultra stupidity level of these stupid asses, these jackasses, is about the equivalency level of the dumbass fucking developers who get fired from these companies, and somehow the companies keep getting developers to work for them. I don't feel fucking bad for the developers, because if I made a video about this, if you're in the gaming community, if you're in the gaming realm and you work in video games, you full well know companies like EA, Rockstar, and all these named companies are making these games, producing them, putting the workers through shit conditions. When they make a lot of money, they fire the staff and then put on advertisements to hire new staff, and somehow these fucking idiots go work for them. No, the workers are just as fucking bad as the companies, and yet everybody's complaining, the workers. The workers are just as fucking stupid for going through them. They're going back to work for these assholes knowing they're doing it. This is why the streaming community is just as fucking stupid. And so, one thing about me is, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're being retarded, I'm going to call you out. And you can bitch at me all you want. Bitching at me for what you're doing is not going to solve any fucking thing. So let me back up here. What the streaming community is doing, and I think it's ironic because I've made tons of videos about this, about abusive streamers, and all I get is a ration of shit from people. Now, some of the asshole streamers that were abusing people are now getting a taste of their own medicine, so I don't feel bad for them. And what's going on here is that Twitch is now it's basically favoring certain streamers over others, and they don't like it because they want everything equal. I've been fucking saying this for years. People have been, oh, you're just a troll, deal with it, blah, 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 blah. And these are douchebag abusive streamers that were doing this, and now what's going on is the abusive streamers are now having rules that Twitch is coming up with, their global rules, unfairly distributed. That sounds interesting, and that sounds fucking very familiar, doesn't it? So anyway, let me continue here. Just like the dumbass developers continue going to work for these people, these stupid fucking streamers keep using these services. And what's really sad, and what's really mind-blowing about this, is that these fucktards who are complaining can't even admit that these assholes that they're complaining about need to be banned. It's like, well, I don't feel this person should be banned. While they're bitching and moaning about what she's doing has broken the rules and other streamers have gotten banned for it. And it's almost like they're trying to be delicate about the situation. Nobody can even fucking have the balls to come out and say this user fucking should be banned. Period. And that's the thing here. If everybody's bitching about rules being applied equally, then you do want the person banned. Come out and say it. You're too fearful that your video is going to get demonetized. Well, guess what? Your video is going to get demonetized anyway. YouTube does it. It's too fucking picky about what it does. So the fact that you guys can't even explicitly state this person should be banned is a problem. And here's what I've said to people before when they've used from the fraudulent activity that Google was doing over Google AdSense. I made a video about this. All you streamers that are getting fucked over by the copyright infringement bullshit because YouTube let it go corrupt, why the fuck are you still using YouTube? Pull your money together and start your own fucking service. That way, you don't have to worry about somebody false copywriting claim your videos or whatever the fuck it is, getting them taken down, and then wasting your fucking time through YouTube that is a corrupted service. And the interesting thing here is that these rules have always been in place. They're just now being enforced. So people are like, oh, these are new guidelines. No, these fucking rules and guidelines that have been set up have always been in place. You can sit and say, well, the terms of service didn't say this. It didn't say it outright, but it did say it. And this is the thing I always get in arguments with people about. If they don't read the fucking terms of service and they say, well, everybody else does it, I know better. And I'm like, if you didn't read the freaking terms of service, then what the fuck are you talking about? You're basically saying you're right and the service is wrong. Here's the unfortunate thing about this entire aspect. No matter what service you're on, if you are on a platform owned by a bigger company, they can do whatever they like, and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it as far as their rules go. But what gets me is why you pricks that are having this shit happen to you haven't started a class action lawsuit against these pricks. That's the point. And yes, you can. I love the fucking mentality of people saying, that's no such thing as a class action lawsuit. You can't do against anything online. Fuck off. If you guys are going to be that retarded and not want to actually go and take action against it, even if it doesn't go anywhere, the fact that you went against them is the point. I've gone against Bethesda. I've gone against ZeniMax Online Media in court. I've gone against Valve in court. I'm an individual, and I fucking did this. You people I barely have any money at all, and I was able to fucking do that. That is why Valve and ZeniMax Media don't want me around, because they know I will put my fucking foot down. And everyone's, I'm going to get the shit comments. Yeah, you're just a loser. You know, they don't want you around because they don't want to deal with your stupidity. You can't take them to court. You never win. I'm not even interested in getting into that. The fact of the matter is, they didn't retaliate like this until I took them to court, because they probably get these threats all the time. And I says, listen, I don't want to say threats, but they always get, statements of legal action. I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to sue you. They probably hear that shit all the time. And I would just love to have been in their office, or, seen the expression on their face when they actually got the fucking paperwork from the courts from me. I really would have loved to seen that. Now, whether or not you can fucking poke fun at me, say, well, you didn't win, or anything else. None of that shit fucking matters. They got rid of me because I put my foot down. And if you want to believe they don't want to deal with me, that's on you. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not here to justify that, and I don't care what you believe. The fact of the matter is, a company is not going to want people want people around that are going to put their foot down that they know they can't walk all over. I swear in my videos, not just because the main purpose is that I swear at people that deserve to be sworn at. Oh, nobody deserves to be sworn at. Fuck off. Don't tell me what they do and do not deserve. If I fucking think people deserve to get sworn at, guess what? They're going to get sworn at. This whole shit about rolling over for people needs to fucking end. And Viva Vendetta said it correct. If you want somebody to blame for the way things are and why they're in the state they're in, look in the fucking mirror. The more people roll over and don't just let people do whatever the fuck they want without actually doing anything, the more they're going to do it. And this is what I said. People are like, oh, it's no big deal. But it is a fucking big deal, because basically pretty much all the people that are telling me that, when I said rules are not being enforced correctly and everything else on the videos I made, they're like, well, sucks to be you. Deal with it. Oh, why are you making a video about this? It's really not that important. These are the same pricks that are now making these complaint videos saying that the rules aren't fair. Really? I've been saying this for fucking years. And it's interesting to watch everything that I've said come out. And now it's like, really, dude? This is like the same shit I was going on with the fucking gaming, the modding community with fucking Skyrim, and in the Elder Scrolls games. They fucking refuse to admit their game was breaking because the fucking mods they're using. They refuse to accept that there is a correct way to make a mod. And they just kept blaming the game company. I've made multiple videos on this too. Sure enough, later on it comes out, all the fucking people who trash talk me then wound up going around saying everything I said. Yet they told me it was wrong for almost 2 years, at least 2 years. And then when I came back and said, I told you so, all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's not important. Because they got fucking, it's like, really? Come on. This is the level of mentality of people. So it's funny to watch people bitch and moan at me being a prick to people that deserve it. And then later on, everything I said is comes out. And here's the interesting thing. This isn't anything special. I'm not smart doing this. I'm calling out what's happening because it's happening. And if people don't want to look at that, that's fine. But bitching about it later, bitching about the same shit later on that I already acknowledged, that you guys fucking bitched at me saying, oh, you're just a troll. Really, guys? Really? At this point, you would figure, because of how many things I've gotten correct, and how often I was right, and how many times I was right, it's fucking amazing that people are still going and listening to people that are incorrect, despite them, despite me point blank pointing it out. And then using these services, I've also explained that they're fucking just retarded. And then putting out a basic, simple solution that nobody wants to use, nobody's paying attention to, and yet they're still using the same exact thing, but they're crying for change. So, here's an idea. Stop using the fucking services. Pull your money together and make your own. Quit this bitching. It's not going to be right if you're not going to take a class action lawsuit against them. And here's the thing. What do I get them on? Find something to get them on. You ever hear of these stupid lawsuits that fucking come up in court? It's like, how the fuck did these things even get to court? That is because these pricks that are suing these companies for these asinine reasons found something to take them to court for. So, regardless of what it is, there are many laws about online bullying that you can use. I'm not saying you'll win. I'm not saying you'll lose. I'm saying there are a bunch of laws now that are still in gray areas that you can use to get these fuckers into court. If I were you guys, this is what I would do. Having my own dealings with these pricks, this is exactly what I would do. I would fucking start a class action lawsuit for discrimination. That's what I would do. Start a class action lawsuit against Twitch for discrimination. And all you stupid fucks about YouTube, start a class action lawsuit and basically get... This is highly unlikely and it probably won't happen, but petition YouTube, petition the U.S. Supreme Court, who actually, controls these basic rulings. Once they say it, it's fucking final. So go to the Supreme Court with this and try to convince them to have YouTube remove this bullshit content ID claim system and have the government step in and then have Google and Twitch enforce its own terms of service. That's the only way this will end. You want shit fair, but nobody wants to do anything about it. People want shit equal, but yet they bitch and moan when certain things are not equal because of it, but then they bitch and moan when things aren't equal. So it's like, you want something equal, this goes across the board equally. No exceptions. I don't give a fuck if you're a queer, a faggot, a homosexual, straight, A female dressing up as a man, I don't give a fuck what your gender. I don't give a fuck if you're green, red, purple, black, brown. I don't give a fuck if you're Martian. The site has its terms of service that says do not do this. Guess what? That's it. It applies to equally. It applies to everybody equally. And until you have the federal government step in and tell Twitch and YouTube, no, this ends now, you guys are going to continue going through this horse shit. And even then, why do you guys not have the fucking balls to say Alinity should be banned? I don't feel Alinity should be banned. Stop sugarcoating it. You're bitching about it, and then you're sugarcoating it. Make up your fucking mind. I don't sugarcoat things. Yeah, I bitch about stuff, but I can't control this. I just wonder why the fuck you guys are not doing shit that actually does something that will possibly change it. If you're going to sit back and let this shit happen, quit your fucking bitching. I mean, fucking, I'll join your fucking class action lawsuit. I don't give a fuck. The thing here is that if you're not going to do any... If companies do shit illegal every day, what really fucking annoys the piss out of me, like, I very rarely get annoyed with comments, but there's some shit that just aggravates me. One of these statements that fucking people say that really frosts my ass is, well, if it was illegal, the company wouldn't be doing it or wouldn't be getting away with it. I fucking cannot stand that phrase because the mentality behind that phrase is ultra fucking retarded. Companies do shit illegally every fucking day. It doesn't matter what they do. If you do nothing about it, it's irrelevant. That is why they get away with it. It's not that it's not illegal, it's just assholes don't do anything about it and want to say, well, if it was illegal, they wouldn't be allowed to do it. Fuck off. Companies do illegal shit every day. Okay? Unless you want to do something about it, it doesn't matter what they do is illegal. And that statement of, well, this, if it wasn't illegal, they would be, why they get away with it? They'd change it. Fuck off with that. Stop being a retard. It only matters if you take them to court and find something to take them to court. Let me start with the cyber discrimination. That's not even a terms of service issue. That is an actual harassment issue because cyber discrimination is an actual thing. Just you don't, what's a gray area? If you don't take it to court, it's going to be a gray area and you will never know if anything can be done about it. This is the fucking problem. The community is the fucking problem at this point. You guys know they're fucking around, and yet you're still using the site like it's the only site in existence. Pull your fucking money together and create your own site. That way, this bullshit, they want to do it. That's why I always tell people, hey, you want to fucking kick me out of a Discord? It's like the final statement I made about fucking RPCS3. If they want to fucking talk about me, fine, do it on their own site. They lost the privilege to do it over here on this channel where I can control it after they kick me out. They have no rights to say anything to me. I don't even allow them to have the right to an opinion. Now, I can kick anybody off my channel now that defends them. You want to fucking talk about me, go do it over there. If you didn't want to be talking about you in the video, you shouldn't have fucking acted the way you did and threw me off. Do you think I was not going to do that? That's the point. And here's the thing. I get a ration of shit from everybody. Do you see me fucking caving and not making videos? No, fuck them. If you're going to be stupid, this is what I do. You're either subscribed to my channel because you think I'm a joke or you think it's funny or you actually been on the receiving end of this and you're getting your frustration out through me talking or whatever the deal is. That doesn't fucking matter. I don't do this for fucking some things I do for entertainment value, I say that. But I talk about issues the way this is. This is the fucking issue. This is the reality of it. And everyone's like, well, you're not respectful. I'm not obligated to be respectful, and I don't give a fuck. If you are being a retard, then I'm not going to respect you. I'm going to be point blank rude to people. I say this all the time. This is what my channel is. This is what I do. If you don't like my channel, shut it the fuck off. I'm not interested in your opinion, and I don't give a fuck if you think I'm an asshole. I already say I'm an asshole. And then you say it like it's some fucking big revelation. Or you're the internet police. I'm not going to stop being an asshole to the people being fucking stupid. That's not how I operate. And this is the interesting thing. I'm getting a ration of shit from people because they like to pussyfoot and sugarcoat things. They can't handle the way I fucking talk to people. Am I rude? You bet your fucking ass I'm rude. And here's the thing. I'm not rude just because I can. I'm rude for a very, very specific reason. And you may not like it, but guess what? All I'm doing is relaying information in the manner it needs to be relayed in. Everyone's like, well, you could do this politely. I could, but I'm not going to because there's no point. This is like trying to be polite to somebody who's really fucking yelling at you. Fuck off. If you want to do a stream about politeness, go do it. I'm not changing the way I do my streams. I don't care. I'm going to swear at you. I'm going to do stuff. And everyone's like, that's not correct. I'm not here to get fucking likes or views. I don't give a fuck. Dislike my video 100 billion times. In the end, that doesn't change anything. The fucking douchebags are still douchebags. They're still going to go ahead and do it. And what I'm talking about probably doesn't change anything. But it's not... I talk about stupid people. That's what I do, doing stupid things. I enjoy it. I don't give a fuck if it makes me money. It's something I do in my hobby in my spare time. If I want money at this, I'm sure people would probably donate to me just because you're making a fool out of yourself. Good, then I'm making a fool of myself. You know what? I have the balls to stand up and tell people, fuck off, this is the way it is, and if you don't like being talked to like this, stop fucking acting like that. The internet is filled with fucking children acting like entitled babies who think everything must be politically correct or whatever it is. If you don't have the balls to say what you want to say in the manner you want to say it, then that's not you. You are allowing the assholes that are controlling this to control the way your videos are done. It's as simple as that. As I said, the douchebags talking about this can't even fucking say she needs to be banned from fucking Twitch. You guys can't even fucking say it. She does need to be banned from Twitch. I don't even know who the fuck this bitch is, and nor do I care. But if the issue here is, if they're favoring people, despite the rules saying otherwise, then yes, the bitch needs to be banned. Permanently. Period. And here's the thing. The reality is they're not going to get rid of somebody that's making money. No company will fucking do that unless it seriously crosses the line. But you guys want to get back at these pricks, then force them to have crossed the line by doing a class action lawsuit that has absolutely nothing to fucking do with the terms of service. So it's like, in short explanation, when I took ZeniMax Online Media to court, I didn't take them to court because they breached their own fucking terms of service. That was what I initially did, but that wasn't going to hold up. What I actually had a suit against them was literal criminal act that was their activities and what was going on in the game that was happening. It was bordering along the lines of felony harassment. It's not even a terms of service issue. It was a felony harassment issue. And so there's a long story behind that, and that's too much to get into, and there's too many laws and stipulations. And some of those laws have changed, so that wouldn't work now. But the fact of the matter is, I took them to court off the basis of something that I had to get into court with, and then I just attached other things to it. So they can fucking say whatever it is that they want under the terms of service, but what I had them on was felony harassment. Or allowing felony harassment, which basically makes it bad because they can't dictate what is or isn't harassment. It's not an opinion. Harassment's not a fucking opinion. It has a set definition to it, set by the U.S. federal government. Period. So the fact that, like, the company's sitting there behind a terms of service saying, well, we think that's not harassment. They can't think that. They do it. And this is what I just got done saying. It doesn't matter whether companies do shit illegally. Companies do illegal shit every fucking day. It only matters if you do something about it. So all of you streamers that don't want to fucking do anything about this are fucking retarded. You're sitting there bitching and even trying to be politically correct with the way you're fucking bitching. And you don't even have the fucking balls to say this bitch needs to be banned, and Twitch is obviously fucking clearly doing discrimination. This is a cyber discrimination issue. This is a felony issue at this point. And why it's a felony is simply because Twitch streams all globally. It streams globally. But when you're in the United States, as long as communications, electronically or video and or both, has crossed a state line, it now becomes a federal jurisdictional issue. Period. That's how it works. So, in closing, I'm just going to tell you fucks, if you're not going to do anything, shut the fuck up. You sound retarded and you're acting like a 3-year-old trying to sugarcoat something. Have the balls to actually say what you want to say. I'm going to get demonetized. They're going to fucking demonetize you anyway, so it doesn't even matter. That's why I don't give a flying rat's ass about, me swearing. I don't give a fuck. If they plaster commercials onto any of my videos, they can't monetize them because swearing in a video automatically demonetizes it from the system itself. Now, just to be clear about something, this is the stupidity level of the assholes you're fucking dealing with when it comes to these types of services. YouTube's Content ID claim system is flagging any type of violent, blood content, alcohol content, inappropriate activities, anything, which basically under the guidelines is anything fucking any of these assholes want to say. Doesn't even matter. You could say, oh, it's sunny outside. Oh, sorry, I find the sun offensive. They can fucking do that. Unfortunately, that's what the exercising the authority of these fucking things that you guys have allowed them to do has done. And yes, you guys did allow it to do them because you didn't put any type of stop to this, and you still aren't putting a stop to it, and that's on the fucking streamers. Again, it's like the streamers are just as dumb as the asshole developers that go to work for the companies who keep firing them. If the fucking developers never stop working for these companies because they know they're going to fire these people after they make their game, stop working for them, then the developer can't have any games. It's that fucking simple. Fuck with them in the same way they do. But if you're going to keep going to work for them, I don't feel bad for you. If you're going to keep fucking streaming and dealing with these and using these services, fuck you. I don't feel bad for you. I don't. And so what's really funny is people try to classify me into that. You know why I used YouTube? Because people watch it. I don't only have videos on YouTube. I have them on other places and people watch them. That's all. But it's going to get to the point where if you guys want to fucking teach Google and Twitch a lesson, class action lawsuit them. Get it in front of the Supreme Court. Even though it may not go anywhere at all, or maybe it will go somewhere at a different time. But if you never get this in front of the fucking legal system, it's not even going to fucking matter. They're going to continue rolling over and you're going to continue doing it. Get it in front of the legal system, at least get people thinking. That's the issue. Take it to the fucking Supreme Court and point blank force them. Force the Supreme Court into this. It's the only way you're going to fucking change it. It's like, people want microtransactions stopped. The only way it's going to stop is if you get the fucking court system to tell them to stop. They'll just keep making it. Making people, people think that, if we just don't buy them, companies will stop doing it. That's not how this works. Companies will fucking make it regardless of whether people buy it or not. Because of the tactics used, it'll eventually keep pushing it through and you're going to buy it. That's how it's always worked. So, saying I'm not going to buy it won't do anything. So, like me, Valve has banned my ability to purchase any games that are on Steam. So that means any developer that only goes through Steam, I can't purchase the game even if I wanted to. So I pirate the game. That's not a big fucking secret on my channel. I say it all the time. And if this ever goes to court, I have no problem handing money over. I mean, it's not that I don't have the money. I'll buy the game. I prove I buy the game. I can fucking log into I can log into Origin. I can log into fucking Uplay. I can log into Epic Games. I have tons of AAA games. I refuse to support any developer on Steam simply because Valve has blocked my ability because their abuse of power. The only reason they locked that out is because I took them to court. They retaliated with that. So that's actually has nothing to do with the terms of service. If I really wanted to, I could go to court and get them to fucking lift that. They wouldn't be able to do a damn thing about that because that's actually illegal. That's one of these things that it's an illegal act. They do it even though it's illegal. Again, it's the whole statement of that drives me out of my fucking mind. And people say, well, if it was illegal, they wouldn't do it. Or how are they doing it? Well, if it was illegal, they wouldn't be allowed to do it. Fuck that shit. You're retarded for even saying that. It's illegal for Valve to block a consumer from buying a game that they don't own, period. The game has a terms of service. And only if you violate the terms of service in the game can you stop playing the game. What happens is people look at the fact is, well, Valve's not stopping you from playing a game. They're stopping you from using the service. Let's look at this on a whole. EA's statement. Well, they're not loot boxes. They're surprise mechanics. It's the same manipulation on the wording. If I can't get to the game, it doesn't matter how you fucking stopped it. If it's on your platform and you've stopped me from using it, you have stopped me from using the game. It's the same fucking thing. You've prevented me from actually purchasing it. And this is the other freaking problem here. I don't give a fuck if they do or not. I don't care if they blocked me. That's the difference. I don't bitch that they did it. I only say that they fucking took me to court. So my whole point, I only say that I've taken them to court, and that was a retaliation on it because people just don't get the fucking concept. So what I tell people is, companies do shit illegally every day. That is totally fucking irrelevant. Valve has blocked my ability to buy any game that they don't own. That is an illegal act. It's a federal consumer rights violation. It's not even a fucking terms of service shit issue. It's a fucking felony because it's a terms of service violation. The federal government has laid that out in accordance to protecting consumer. It's under the Consumer Protection Act. It's a federal law in the United States. Breaking that law means you've committed a felony. Now, that doesn't matter because I haven't taken them to court for it. If I really want to deal with it, I will take them to court for it. So it's not relevant that they fucking blocked me. But to say if it was illegal they wouldn't do it, or to say some horse shit defending them saying, well, they're not stopping you from the game, it's their service, they can do what they want. Yeah, they can, except if it violates certain things. But, if I let them do it or whatever, you know what I do? I just don't use Steam. That's today. I just don't bother using it. I fucking hate it, and I don't use it. I'm not an advocate for it, and I fucking can't stand it, and I'll trash it any time, any way any possible time I can. So that's the issue here, as far as that. So again, this whole bullshit statement of, if it was illegal, they wouldn't do it, or how can they do it if it was illegal? Fuck off. Learn how shit works. And so, as a summed up thing here, sorry, I'm drinking coffee and I'm burping, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. The streaming community is fucking stupid for using services they're bitching about and doing nothing about it. In the same fashion, the game developers are fucking going to work for the assholes that keep firing them, and somehow, miraculously, the publishers somehow keep getting developers. How is that fucking possible? I don't understand that. If I develop games, like, I got asked to be a creative director and do some voice narration for some people for stuff, which, I did some voice narration for somebody who was doing some private project, but that's not the freaking point. If I knew they were fucking being corrupt, I wouldn't work for them. I have the knowledge of that. And come to think of this, I'm glad I didn't go. I'm glad I actually didn't send Rockstar my resume. That's a story for another time. But I originally started out I was originally talking to Rockstar about doing Q&A testing, and it turned into anti-piracy measures because I just have that. I have that. To them, I had that level of knowledge, and so it's just, now that I'm looking back at it, I'm glad I didn't go to work for them now. But at the time, none of these problems were happening. Or if they were happening, they were never even talked about, so there was no possible way anybody could know. Now everybody knows. Now I wouldn't fucking step foot in these companies. I just wouldn't do it. And it's gotten to the point where I want to fucking start a GoFundMe page to start up my own fucking company and hire all of these people under one company to come out with an actual original game. I have a very good idea for a couple of combat systems that's never been done, and that would be fair combat for everybody. And under the creative directing, together we could all come up with a game. That's what I fucking feel like doing. And so it's like, because the gaming industry needs something new instead of this horseshit. And, this is kind of like the Xbox. I saw an extremely good video about the Xbox Scarlet and the PS5 is just stupid. I saw a video about that. It was an extremely good video. I'm actually going to dig that up, and I'm going to put that in the description below this video as well as in the chat right now for those watching. And it's just an extremely good video. So just give me a second to look that up right now. Let me see here. Go into my history. It's going to take me a minute to find this. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, they were the joke. That's what it is.
P.S.
All right. So I'm going to put this in the chat, and I'm going to put this video in below the in the description below this video, because it really hits home on a bunch of things on the stupidity level. Because everyone's always out for these new consoles and everything else, but they're fucking lying to you. Everybody knows that. This is like the video I made about the challenge to the gaming community. That about Skyrim. Elder Scrolls 6. It's already been confirmed that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be made with the same game engine Fallout 76 is, and everyone was bitching about that. Yet, when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, the fucking idiots will go out and run out and buy it just so they can flood forums and make videos and bitch that the fucking game is broken. Don't fucking buy it when it comes out. Wait a month. But that's not going to fucking happen. Because as long as the game is out, people are going to go buy it. That's the same exact thing that I just got done saying with the microtransactions. The companies will put it out because somebody will buy it. That's how this operates. The only way to stop this shit is to have the federal government come in and force them to not sell it. Stop it, period. If it's not there, then people can't buy it. But people not buying it will not cause it to not be there. And this is the same thing with, broken games. People bitching that the game engine's broken, and then they're going to go buy a game on the same broken game engine. It's fucking ridiculous. This is the stupidity of the gaming community, and the streaming community is just as bad. You are always lied to, and then you fucking go and buy the stuff, and then you complain you were lied to. And it just goes in a fucking circle. Stop fucking doing it. That's how dumb these fuckers are. So, as I've basically beaten this to death. And so I'm not going to really talk about this any further. There's nothing for me to talk about. But I just wanted to get this out there, and that's it. So if you got a problem with this video, fuck you. Deal with it. If you got a problem, if you got a problem with me pointing out that you have a problem, stop having problems that I'm going to point out. Either do something or shut the fuck up. It's that simple. Stop being stupid. Have the balls to stand up for yourself. Say what you're going to say. Stop sugarcoating everything. And stop being a douchebag that complains about something broken and then goes out and buys it. Same fucking broken shit. And then repeats the cycle. This is just as bad as fucking history. The only thing we learn from history is that we don't fucking learn.